Hey everybody, welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan. Today we're going to be doing a little Italian pasta type dish, and I just want to show y'all my beautiful apron. It says "You are," and it says all the things. It has scripture all over it, a beautiful cross down the center. It says always loved, never alone, beautiful, created, victorious, enough. It's got things all the way around it. It's my happy place today. Isn't that wonderful? And my friend that gave it to me, her name is Linda Vance. Her and her husband Nate are super sweet people. And she also gave me this beautiful little pot to hold my some of my gadgets in. It says thankful. She also gave me a little medal. It says so very blessed. So very blessed. It sits on a little wooden thing. And I want to thank you all. I love you, Nate and Linda. You all are jewels. You're my friends. I'm going to turn my eye on real quick. I'm going to open up one pound of mild ground Italian sausage. Now, if you all like the more spicy, you know, the spicy Italian sausage, go ahead and get it. I'm not a real spicy person, so I'm going to go for mild, okay? I'm going to wash my hands. Okay, I'm back, and I am going to take my little, y'all don't know what that thing is, I hope y'all know. This little thing is the greatest gadget. I got mine through Pampered Chef. And you talk about tearing up some hamburger meat or sausage or whatever you're doing, it sure will. That sausage is just a little bit sticky. While I've got that pound going, you can put more than a pound if you really sausagey. You know, if y'all are really sausage people, you can do more than a pound. And remember, I'm going to put in a large onion because we love onion and love garlic. I'm going to tell you, I always save all of my onion peelings, the ends when I cut them off. My fingers just ain't working today, young'uns. I save all of these. I put them in a plastic bag. And I think it's going to be a while before I make broth. I will just save them, put them in the freezer, pop it out, and start. Boy, this one had a lot of layers on that onion, didn't it? I'm going to save all this, every little piece. Put that in my bag. And I'm going to go ahead and chop this thing up. I'm being lazy today. I thought there would be a little bit of grease come out of that sausage, but so far, barely enough to even touch the pan. I mean, you'll have to turn it down a little bit. I don't want it to burn. I'm going to go ahead and chop this onion in my little chopper. Boy, that onion has a thick skin. I'm going to save that. Now, if you don't like onion that much, don't put that much in there. Put a small onion. This is 1.5 cups. I could probably save about 1/2 cup of that and use it in something else. I hope you can see down in here. I'm just tearing that sausage up. I don't want it in great big chunks. I want to talk to y'all a little bit today while I'm doing this. about, a lot of things are going on with us in the United States. We are, seeing a lot of things that could turn into progress into something else. We never know when maybe a war could break out, or we could be attacked, just like Israel was. We could be attacked, and we need to make sure that our pantries are stocked. We need to make sure that we've got things in order. We need to make sure we have water. We need to make sure if you have children, you need to make sure you have infant formula. You need to have foods that child will like to eat, things that maybe you don't have to use electricity to make, things that you can just, I've had a lot of people with a video I did the other day about the buttermilk, powdered buttermilk, say, Nan, I can't cook without electricity. You have to make sure that you do have something. Get you a camp stove, or Coleman stove used to make a little stove. It could be a 1-burner, a 2-burner, whatever, and you just use a little thing of propane with it, and you just pumped it up, started it. You could cook on it outside. If you don't have a grill, or you don't have anything that you could cook on, it's made me really think about this and think there's a lot of people that don't have gas that could go ahead and keep cooking when they have we have like a catastrophe or something like that. They could go ahead and keep cooking. I'm just going to talk about this stuff because this is stuff I think we need to talk about. We need to be prepared, if the power goes out, or if we have a big snow or whatever. Let's see how much grease. Lord, there's not enough to write home about. I don't know if there's not even a half a teaspoon. I'm going to put this in a bowl, and we're going to go on to the next step. Okay, there wasn't even enough grease in that sausage, fat in that sausage, to even barely melt the bottom. I'm going to put about a couple tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in there, and I'm going to throw in my onions. Let me top this off. I don't think I'm going to use the whole thing. I think I'm going to save about a half a cup. So I put about a cup in there, okay? I can save that and use that in another dish. And then I'm going to put in, we're going to saute these until they're translucent. And we're going to put some, hang on a minute. We're going to put some minced garlic in there. I'm going to put about 1, 2, 3, about 4 teaspoons. 4 teaspoons, which if you've got fresh garlic, would be about 4 cloves. 4 cloves. We're going to saute that just a little bit until it becomes translucent. But I'm going to say, if you don't have, I have a wood cook stove that I can cook on. I can cook and bake. If the power goes off and we don't have electricity, I can fire that thing up, and I'll have heat, and I'll have me some place to cook. But if you don't, get you a camp stove. Like I said, that people take out when they're camping and stuff. And make sure that you're ready. Make sure you're ready if something happens, because, I'm telling you, it could be us tomorrow. We could be in the middle of a war, or we could be to where we couldn't get things like we normally get them. And possibility we could be without power, without water. You need to make sure that you have some water stored up. Buy you some gallons of water. Put them up somewhere. Don't worry about your closet. Stick it in your closet. Stick it in your basement or whatever. Make sure you've got water. If you don't have spring water to where you would naturally get water without having to go through your town or whatever to have city water, then be sure and do that. But you need to make sure that you're going to have something to work with. I'm going to be giving y'all some recipes. See how translucent that is? Very translucent. I'm going to turn this down a little bit more, and I'm going to put in 2 cans, 2 14.5 ounce cans of, I've got fire roasted diced tomatoes. Okay, we're going to let this come back up just a little bit more. I'm going to bring it back up. We're going to stir this in, and we're going to throw our meat back in there, and we're going to bring it back up to a simmer. I'm going to put my meat back in there. Every bit of juice or anything like that that's in there, get it back down in there. I'm going to grab me a little spatula, okay? I forget now, I've got spatula right next door in my new handy utensil holder. But I need to get everything out of there. Put that over there. And we're going to let this come up to a simmer. And we're going to let it simmer for about, I'm going to put the lid on it. And we're going to let it simmer for about 20 or 30 minutes on a low simmer, okay? Let me grab my lid. If you say, Nan, where did you get that pot? I just had some questions about that this week doing a different video. This is Pampered Chef, and I'll put a link on there because if anybody wants to order anything, they can, there the order is for them. Usually I'll tell, hey, you can go to Amazon or you can go to wherever to get whatever you need. And I don't make any money from that, but I will put the link on there because I have a great Pampered Chef. I call her my lady. She's a representative. She lives in my town, a great Christian woman. And I love her, and she will do you right and help you with anything you need. So, I'm going to simmer this. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit more because you can see it's starting to simmer. And we're going to simmer it for about 30 minutes. Before we get, got my lid and everything ready to go, we're going to put basil. We're going to put 1 heaping teaspoon. We're going to put oregano. We're going to put 1 heaping teaspoon. I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon of Italian dressing, Italian seasoning, about a half a teaspoon of Italian. We're going to stir it up real good. We've already got it started doing it simmering, and we're going to use some pasta. We're going to go ahead and cook our noodles while this is simmering and have it ready when it's time. Let's put some salt and pepper in. Got a teaspoon of pepper. Got about a little bit of a heaping teaspoon of salt. Okay, I have got my 1 pound of mild Italian sausage all fried up. I've got 4 teaspoons, heaping teaspoons of garlic, or 4 and 1 medium onion, which was 1 cup in here. I will say this again at the end because I'm a little scattered right now. I'm trying to think about what I need to do. And I've got some basil, some oregano, some salt and pepper in there, and my diced tomatoes. There's about 14.5 ounce cans. There's 2 of them. I'm going to put I should have put my handle on my pot. This is just those, let me see if I saved that box. The name of these. Hang on a second, right there it is. This is my what I put in there. I normally use P-E-N-N-E, penne. I usually use that, but I didn't have any. Today has been one of those days when I'm going to use what I've got. And it's getting up next to Thanksgiving, and I am trying to use up everything that I've got in the refrigerator so I can get a lot of great, really, really good fresh things so I can do a lot of my cooking and stuff with. I put one box, one pound box of these little mini bow ties, whatever they're called. They're called, I just looked at it, mini farfalle, whatever it is. You know, I wouldn't make a European cook, would I? I get to laughing sometimes when I'm trying to say about some sausage. Sometimes I don't have the right name, but you know what? As long as it hits the stomach and everybody likes it in the stomach, it don't matter what I call it, does it? I'm really, really hot. I'm telling you, we've had some warm days lately. You know, had some really warm days. Well, I had a wreck there, didn't I? Let me get those. Don't want to lose none of them. Okay, now let's get with this. We're going to mix this up real good, okay? Did I spill something, Sadie? She sits over here just so patient. She's the best little thing. Sadie's my blind gal. Let me, hang on a minute. Grab me a paper towel or a napkin or something. Where I am burning up, I don't want to get that in my eye. Whew. But you don't have anybody else that does that on air, do they? I'm just who I am, and that's all I'll ever be. Okay. I've got a 10 by 10. I could probably use a 11 by, I probably need to get a bigger dish. I don't know. I'll just wait and see. I got an extra bowl, and grab some spray real quick. If I need to do two, I'll do two. I can always share, can't I? Oops, I forgot something. Hang on. Before I get the cart ahead of the horse, I got to worrying about, if you're doing this recipe, use mozzarella cheese. Use mozzarella cheese. I'm using, like I said, I'm cleaning out whatever is in my pantry or in my refrigerator. I'm cleaning it out because I want to get some fresh things. It's time to use up what I've got, and I'm going to tear up some provolone because that's what I have. You learn when you live on a farm. You don't run to the grocery store every 5 minutes. And so I'm going to put this in there, and then I'm going to stir it up, put it in my dishes. I'll just put some cheese on this one that I've already got started here. I'm pretty warm today. I don't know what's the matter with me, but I'm just going to use whatever I've got in the refrigerator. Use it up, you know. Let me stir a little bit. Get that down in there and let it get to melting. This meal would go great with a with a salad and maybe some garlic bread or cheese bread, whatever you've got. Let me stir up this a little bit. You can layer it up if you want to. You can layer so much in your pan. Let me stir that again. Yes, it's starting to string and melt down in there. I'm saving my Parm cheese to go on top. We love a lot of cheese. You can spoon that out into your dish. You know me, that's the country part of me. I just pick it up and pour it in there. Why waste every little spoon to put it in there? Oh, mercy me. Yep, I'm going to have enough for a little dish that I can share with somebody else. Somebody's going to get something cooked to their house tonight, aren't they? Okay, I'm going to put this thing in the oven when I get this all together on 350. I'm going to put it in the oven for about 20 more minutes. That's really just to make sure all the cheese, I'm putting Parmesan cheese on top, okay? That's what I had the most of. I wished I would have just had mozzarella and Parm, but we like provolone, so it's no big deal. And this is a 6-ounce bag. You want to put that out over your whole dish. Let's see if I've got anything else around here. Got a little bit more provolone. I'll tear that up and put it around in a few places on top. You can put some foil over it, or you can pop it in there for about 15 minutes. So I end up putting probably how many slices? Maybe 7 or 8 slices of provolone. If you are making this and you go to the grocery store to get your things, get you a big bag of mozzarella and a 6-ounce bag of Parm, and you'll be good to go. Or you can do like me, and you can put this together and use what you've got and still have a good meal. So we're going to pop this in the oven. I'm going to put some foil over it, and we're going to pop it in the oven for about 15-20 minutes. We're back, and I'm getting ready to get it out of the oven. It's been in there about 15-20 minutes on 350. I got Jackson with me here. I called him and said, honey, come. Come, I've got something you're probably going to like. He's my guinea pig. I usually say, try it. Oh, looky there. I went ahead and added a little bit more of four cheese. What do you call it? The Mexican 4 cheese. I sprinkled just a little bit on top. And he's going to be he's going to try it for me, okay? Let me grab something, honey. There you go, there's your fork. Okay, I'm gonna get him some out of there. Let me get a picture first. Let's get him a nice section out right here. Woo! Look at that cheese. Look at there, can you see it? Mmm. Isn't that delicious? Get your fork, baby. It might be hot, so you cut you a piece off there. I hope he loves it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
this
my mercy.
This is good.
Well, that's good that he likes it, because I'm going to send the second dish home with him. All he has to do is put his cheese on there when he gets home and pop it in the oven on 350 for about 15 or 20 minutes, and he's ready to roll. He'll eat the whole bowl. Because Willow, you know, she's a picky eater. She won't eat it. I'm so glad that he likes it. And like I said, I'm going to send this other one. Looky here. Had one this big. I'm going to be sending it home with him. But I hope y'all make you some. This is very simple recipe, and I think you're going to love it. It smells so good with some garlic bread or with some cheesy bread or whatever. I hope you all enjoy. I want you to know that we should all be thankful right now. And remember what we talked about today, about getting ready, having some things in our pantry, having some things in case, you know, of an emergency or whatever, that we will have something to feed our family and some way to cook. It just worried me to death the other day that some people were saying, Nan, I don't have any way to cook. Listen, if you've got an outdoor grill, you get you an extra tank for that grill and you cook on that grill. Or, you know, I've had even people say, hey, Nan, I use charcoal grill, so I'm going to buy me some extra charcoal and I can fire up a grill and at least grill something. So y'all be sure, get on the computer and look and see the cheapest price for, like, as we always called them, a Coleman stove, but different brands, they're made different brands now. So just get you a little camping stove to where all you have to do is turn on your little tank. It's ready to roll, and you can go out there and cook, sit it outside, you know, on a table or on your porch or whatever, and cook you something to eat. Don't make me worry about yous. I don't have to worry because I have that wood cook stove, and that thing bakes and cooks like a dream. But listen, I'm going to hush about that. I want you to know how much I love you, and I want you to know how much the Lord loves you. More than anything in this world, enough to die for us on the cross. I'm going to let you go. Be thankful. We're in a thankful season, aren't we? Mm-hmm. See you next time. Love yous.